Hey, it's Amy Chesery, author and illustrator of The Coloring Book of Shadows. And this is a video I colored live on Facebook. So it is raw and unscripted, but hopefully it gives you some inspiration and ideas on how to color your own magical stuff. So thanks for watching. I've been a little bit obsessed with coloring pumpkins. And so first I did this sheet, which I'll be sending out and posting tomorrow. But I wanted to do this video to go with it. So there's like an instructional video and this cool shading sheet. And then this is the one that I did for the example. And then Derry is awesome. Derry's in this group and she's on Instagram and she colors really cool rainbow pages. And she had this awesome idea, and I'll post hers too. And I had to try it out for myself. So I'll probably do another one of those to show you how I did that also. But this is the same pumpkin coloring technique. It's really simple, and it's the same one I used for this and for these guys, which I love. These are marker, and then this is way darker and shadier, and you can see like I did shading under his hat as well, but it's the same technique. So I thought I would show you, and then if anyone is hesitant about starting to color and do shading and stuff like that, it's really fun. So this will give you an example. And then, oh, this is coming with it. The pumpkin practice sheet. And then I'll have a Samhain Halloween page for you guys too. I don't have an example. Oh, it's not quite finished yet, so I won't ruin the surprise. But tomorrow I'll send out the pumpkin practice and the pumpkin shading guide, and then a page, which is really cool. It's just not quite done. It's almost done. And it has a pumpkin, but then you can like put all your skills together. So today I was going to show you how to do, I was going to color a couple pumpkins live, and then I'll use this same video to show other people. But I thought I would do it in the group because that's like more intimate and awesome. So here we go. I'm going to do one like this in colored pencil just to start, cause yeah, okay, just get started and stop talking about it. So I'm watching Nightmare Before Christmas. Of course, I've seen it a million times, but now I'll watch it one more time. So I think I'm gonna make a green one. You can use this same technique in any color. And then I'll do one in marker too after I do this. I probably already said that. Okay. So the first step, step one, is to start with the lightest color. I think it's always very helpful to start with the lightest color because you can color things darker, but you can't really lighten them at all. So if you want highlights, I like to mark those out first. And then at least you kind of know on the paper what you're trying to leave the lightest. Otherwise, it's easy to get it to color the whole thing and not leave the highlights, or so I've found. So the step one is to just color the center with your lightest shade. Like pick, if you're doing an orange pumpkin, pick 3 colors of orange, and the lightest one can be yellowish. The darkest one can almost be red. But pick at least 3 shades, maybe 4. This is my lightest, and I'm just doing the ridges. And can you see that? Am I on camera? Okay, good. Sometimes I like get off the camera and I can't tell. Like I forget because I'm not looking. Okay. And thanks for joining. So I'm just doing where I want the lightest parts to be, which is the center. So like the things that are, if it's like a round ridge like that, the middle of it is sticking out the most, so that's the lightest. And then as it goes into the little crease, that's darker. So anything that's like further in or shaded or shadowed, that'll be darker than things that are closer up or sticking out, and those are lighter. So okay, so that's the step one, is just the center doing the highlights. And then step 2 is to get 2 shades darker and start doing the dark, and then we will blend in the middle with the middle color. Let's use this different green. Okay, sorry, I'm getting a different pencil. That pencil I have is so short, I'm trying not to use it. I need to order a new one, but I keep putting it off. I wanted to go to the store to get pencils, but we came like just as the door, I went there just as they were closing the other day and I was sad. They wouldn't let me in. The guy was all, we will not let any more customers into the art store. So I was denied. Okay, so now I'm doing, my darkest is green because I'm making a green one. But in the ridges, and then I'm shadowing the bottom, step 2. And watching cartoons. So these are sort of U shapes at the bottom. You can just go, you want to go real dark in the middle. That's like your darkest. And then like lighten it a little bit as you go up and around this bend here. And then see, you can shade it over. So the bottom and the cracks are going to be, or the in between the ridges are going to be the darkest. And then we're going to blend. So we're using, the yellow is our, I'm really excited about lots of different things right now and having a hard time talking. Blah! The yellow is our lightest, and then this is like our darker green, and there's one in between. So keep that in mind. This is like, oh wait, I'm going off the thing. Okay, so you can see these are pretty far apart, and we're gonna blend one in the middle, but I just wanted to give you a really good example. I think sometimes it's scary to start using 2 different colors and be like, oh, they don't, like, how am I gonna blend them? But really, you just have to try it because it's pretty fun. It's easier, maybe, than it looks. So just start by going in between them. And you can do it like this one is going to be, this one on the right is way under that one, right? Like this one is more in front of it. So you can keep it to the right side of that line if you want to. And then just like hold your pencil lighter as you go up. If you're using markers, and I'll do a marker one, markers are harder, and markers are a lot darker unless you have good markers with light colors. So like even this one, I have some pretty light markers, and doing this came out way darker than I had expected. So be prepared with markers that, pencils you can do a lot lighter touch. Markers you can too, but you have to have like markers that draw really light to begin with. And a lot of them are pretty heavy. So just letting you know. But I'll do a marker one too. Okay. So like at the bottom, these are sort of, you do kind of like a little U shape at the bottom and then blend it up. And blending is just means go over it. It's not really a fancy word. Like to me, blending and shading are like the same thing, and it just means like color over it with another color or the same color. So like, see, I can make a super dark shadow and then blend it, which simply means go over it again, like a little bit lighter to make it like a gradient. Cool. See, so these are like 2 pretty different colors, but it's already making a pretty rad pumpkin, I think. So just do a little bit more between each of the ridges, and then you can do it at the top. I didn't do much in the example. I didn't do much at the top. I just did a little bit. But like behind there, this is going to be shadowy because it's dipped down. Anything that's like divoted or dipped down is going to be a darker color. And then the things that are up, like this top of the pumpkin is poofing up. So that's going to be a lighter color. And then, oh man, I just dumped my pencil shavings all over. I always do that. Okay. Onwards. So I'm going to stick to the right of this line. You can do like a little bit on the left side of it too, because that part of it would be shaded, but mostly I'm going to stick to the right because in my head that's where the shadow is. And then just a little bit up here, coming over the edge, but not too much. Just a little bit of shadow in here. And Jack Skellington is just about to burst into song. I'm gonna have to turn it up. Hi, Derry. I was showing off my version of your pumpkin. Derry's here live. This was her concept. Oh, it's posted in the group, and we're in the group. So go check out Derry's awesome pumpkin. I'm gonna try to do one later, but now I'm doing a green pumpkin. Okay, so that's good. Well, actually, I'll do a tiny bit more. And then I'm going to do the middle green. Okay, so that's green and yellow. That's not even green and green. That's a straight up yellow as the lightest color. So this is going to be a really cool pumpkin. I need to pencil sharpen. Okay. Oops, going off the page again. Okay, now I think I'm in the middle of the frame. Okay, so now I have the middle green. I'll tell you what I was using so far. Grass green, yellow chartreuse, lime peel. So now lime peel is like my middle color, and I'm going to blend them, which simply means go over them lightly until they kind of mix together. While Jack Skellington serenades us. So make sure, in this part, just make sure to leave your light highlight, because this is where it's easy to not leave the highlight. So like this is a pretty yellowy pumpkin, but that's okay, it's cool. So this is my middle color, lime peel. I'm leaving the whitish and yellowish highlight, and then I'm trying to blend it together a little bit with the medium color without erasing my highlight. So see, this is a pretty different shade of green than that grass green, but I'm still can like work them together. And then just do each one. And with markers, I'll do a marker one to show you. If you don't have the super spendy markers, you want to always make sure to go lightest to darkest color so your ink tip doesn't like pick up the next color. So this is the medium color. You'd want to go light, medium, and then dark, but that's okay. This is colored pencil. So I like to do the light, the dark, and then the medium. I hope that wasn't too confusing. It's a little different, but you start to get the feel of it. Oops, I went outside the line. That's cool though, it's good. It means you're enjoying yourself. Okay, so now I just gotta really make sure to leave that highlight because I'm already starting to color over it, but that's okay, I left a little bit. And then if you do your highlights first, then, yes, of course I'm watching Nightmare Before Christmas, Terry. I am watching Nightmare Before Christmas. My favorite. One of my favorites. I've been watching Beetlejuice and Nightmare Before Christmas like a lot. A lot. I watched those a lot when I was making the planner. 2019 planner. Okay. So see, that looks pretty awesome, if you ask me. And then that's 3 colors: yellow, lime peel, and then the apple or grass green or whatever that was called. And then I'm going to get like a olive, which is an even darker, shadier green. Now we're on to step 4, sorry. We're on add the 4th color. But anyway, you can see. So now I'm just going to add even just a little more darker. So you could use the same pencil you used already, or you could use an even darker 4th color, which is what I'm going to do because I think that's really cool. See? So I've just added a little bit of in the crevices and like the shadows, like wherever you would think would be a little dark shadow, which is things that are like divots or cracks or underlapping. See how cool? And then just doing a little bit of that. And then blend it by just not pressing very hard, but darkening up the bottom. Even though I already used a dark green. Use a darker green. I like that contrast of like real shady shadows. And then if you take your time to just blend them in, then it looks really cool. But you can see I started with, this is like way different shades of pencil. Like this is They're way different shades of pencil, so like the lightest one, there's a lot of contrast between the shades is what I'm trying to say and failing. And frog's breath. I thought you liked frog's breath. Okay. Yay. Cool. So that's like pretty cool. And then a little bit of the darkest up here at the top. And then that's how you do a 4-color pumpkin. Whoops. A 4-color pumpkin. Pretty cool. So you could do it in literally any color you want. Just try to get a pen or pencil that has the very lightest that you can do, because that determines how dark you can go. If you don't have that contrast, you know, from darkest to light, then you can't. You don't get that bold look. It looks more flat, which is fine too. If you want to color it flat, go ahead. That's awesome.